In triathlon, we know there are three main disciplines: swim, bike, and run. But did you know that you should really train for 5 different disciplines? The fourth and the fifth discipline are nutrition, which we will cover in a different video. In this video, we're going to cover how to pack for transition, what to pack for transition, and how to set up your transition. Get ready for some really great information. So what do we put in our transition support bag? First, we'll take a look. We got our actual transition bag here. I use a rucksack from the military. I've had it for years. It works really great. But there are plenty of bags out there on the market that you can use to pack your transition. There's several things that I pack in my transition bag that just stay there. First, I always use a pack of cable ties. I leave them in there. You never know. These things come really handy for all kinds of different things when you're traveling and going to races. I keep garbage bags in there. That's in case of a wet race. I can cover up my transition area, keep my shoes, keep my equipment dry. A giant plastic bag that I use for wet stuff after the race. You don't want your stinky stuff mixing with your nice stuff. The last things I keep in my main bag are a headlamp. I love these little cap lights. I get them off of Amazon. I am an Amazon associate. All of the product that you see that I use will be in a link in the description below. Another item, a bungee cord. I use that in races where we're going to leave the bike overnight. We put that there. And that's it for the main bag. Now we're going to take a look at what we put in our string bag for support. For me, I put a big towel in that I put on the ground instead of a transition mat because it takes up less space. I take a bright towel that I put over the handlebars of my bike. That way I can see them as I run through transition. I have a regular towel. I don't like microfiber towels when I come out of the water and dry off. Chamois butter, Tri-Slide. Use this on all your exposed areas, anywhere that'll chafe. Really great stuff. Sunscreen and a bright towel that I put underneath my bike. That way when I come in off the bike, I can spot exactly where my transition spot is. All that goes in there. That's bag 1. Next on our list that we're going to pack is the swim gear. Now, St. Anthony's is notoriously a question mark race when it comes to wetsuits. I will be bringing my wetsuit with me. I always use a full sleeve wetsuit, more buoyancy, and you get a little bit thicker on the arms, a little more pull through the water. It is always faster. Goggles. Make sure your goggles are packed. Make sure you clean your goggles before you pack them. This way, you're not going to be losing any vision. You're not going to have any solar flares from the sun as you're swimming along. I wear earplugs. I got these right here from Tier. They work good. I like them. And I'm also bringing my Roka Swim Skin. This is almost as fast as the wetsuit in the water. These items will go in the string bag, ready for the race. Value from this video, make sure you go down below and you smash the like button, hit subscribe. It helps out to get this information to other triathletes who might be in the same situation you're in. Now let's move on to the bike. Bike gear I try to keep as simple as possible, as well as all other gear. Never bring anything that you don't have to have in transition. Never leave yourself with a question mark. Do I want to use this or do I want to use this? Make all your decisions ahead of time and pack them for the race. In my bike bag, I have the essentials. I make sure I have my shoes packed. I make sure I check the cleats, make sure they're in good working order and not worn out. So we got our shoe. I have my helmet. I make sure again that the strap's good. I make sure that the clips are working fine, adjusted just the way I want it. I have socks. I always wear socks in a race. Rock Bros sunglasses, link below. I take foggies, put them in there. Foggies work great to keep your sunglasses and your swim goggles from fogging up. And I also have my nutrition. And what I have is my actual race nutrition here. Got my Bonk Breakers chews on one side, got my Salt Stick chews on the other, and I have a Bonk Breakers Bonk Bar, peanut butter and jelly for before the race. And my Profile Design hydration. Keep 3 elastic bands on there. That's for hooking my shoes up and having them ready for a fast transition. Comes to the run, I am again trying to keep it simple. I also have to remember that this is going to be a warm race by the time we get out and run. In my run bag, I have my calf sleeves, an extra pair of running socks, my Salt Stick hat, nice and cool, the all-important race belt. This is where you put your number on it. My running shoes, equipped with the quick laces. If it's really hot, I have this little, I call it a French Foreign Legion tail right there. I put that on, and that allows the ice that I'll put in the hat to melt down onto my shoulders, where I will have a cool towel around my neck that will absorb that water run it around my neck, down my front. Great cooling for the race. Get all that packed up and ready to go to the race. Last but not least is my morning bag. What I have in that, put my heart rate monitor and the kit that I'm gonna wear in the race, along with maybe a t-shirt to wear over it, which will be this one right here. Pack those up and have that ready to go for ease in finding it and being ready to go on race morning. Last but definitely not least is packing your main bag, and this is really important, the order that you put items into the bag when it comes to race morning and you're taking it out. You want to make as little stress for yourself in setting up transition as you can. The first thing you're going to use is going to be your wetsuit. So we're going to pack that first in my bag, last out. Now the next item you're going to use is your run bag. So you're going to take and put your run bag in, get it set up right there in your bag. Then you're going to use your bike bag, put that in, make sure your helmet is safe, ready to go. Then you're going to put your swim bag in. You're going to put your support bag in. And last but not least, right on top of your transition bag is your race morning bag. So there you go. That's how you set up your transition bag and have it ready for the race. Do this a couple of days ahead of time. Take the stress off by having it done. And that's one less thing you have to worry about transitioning for your race. So my goal for this video was actually to show you my transition at the race. But as you can see here, I ended up in a really bad spot in the race. It was dark, I couldn't get a good shot. So what I've had to do is I've had to come home and I've had to repack my transition bag, and I'm going to create for you right now my transition and go through quick T1 and a T2 for practice. So here we go. We've gotten to transition, and what we need to do is you need to set up now for the quickest and most efficient transition we can do. And how we're going to do that is we're going to go in, we're going to unload our string bags that we loaded up earlier. Right now we're going to open up, and you'll see that our first string bag coming out is going to be our support products. We're going to grab our support items. The first thing I do is I take my bright yellow towel, I put it up underneath my bike. What I do that for is so that when I come in out of T2, I can see where my bike is going to go in the rack without any real issues. Then we're going to take and set up a mat to be able to sit on in transition. I have a towel here that I hang over my handlebars. That way I can grab that when I get into transition, wipe my face off, do whatever I need to do with the salt water. I have my Solar RX sunscreen, and I have my chamois butter, and I have whatever you're using for anti-chafe. First string bag down. Our second string bag that's going to come out is going to be our run string bag. The reason we're taking them out in this order is because we want to have a quick and easy setup. The first thing that comes out, my run hat. I use my Salt Stick run hat, great product. Links down below for all the products that you'll see in this. Put my hat down, and I put my run number down where I've crunched up my number so it doesn't make that pounding sound. And then right on top of those go my shoes with my elastics preset right on top of those. The reason I put them on top of those is to keep them from blowing away if it's a windy day. Now you also want to make sure when you set up your transition, you want to set up everything in the order that it's going to go in. No sideways, no backwards. Your feet are going to go in this way. That's the direction you want your shoes in. I take my calf sleeves and I blouse them. What I mean by blouse is we're going to take them and we're going to crunch them down. We're going to crunch them down like this so that they go on very, very easy. My extra pair of socks, I always carry an extra pair of socks, and I also have my cool towel. Now if it's a hot day, I'll actually have my cool towel in a cooler right here at the end. I'll actually sometimes put the hat and the race belt in so I can just reach in, grab all the ice cold stuff, throw it on in transition. Next out of the box is our bike. Out comes our helmet, unstrap, and make sure that the straps are the right length, have them spread apart so they go on really, really easy. Again, in the order and in the angle that you're going to put it on. I always wear a headband. I sweat heavy. I put that in next. And I take my sunglasses out, have my sunglasses out. Open your sunglasses, don't close them up, don't put them down. Open your sunglasses, put them in your helmet like that. And I have my nutrition all elastic banded up into one little pack there. Easy to grab, stick in your back pocket and go. That goes in the bike helmet. Then you got the bike shoes, go next. They come out here, strapped open, ready to go. And my main socks, we're gonna have those bloused here, ready to go on. There's a left and a right. I make sure they're on the correct sides. I learned this the hard way. You make sure you take this towel and you cover up your sunglasses, your helmet, because what'll happen is in the morning, you'll throw your glasses on, you will get fogged up sunglasses. That's our ride ready to go. Last but not least comes out just before you're done is your swim bag. I have my swim skin, the cap assigned to you at the race, and my goggles. Last thing I do before I go out for the swim. I'll apply my sunscreen, I'll apply a quality amount of my chamois butter, I'll put my Glide or my Tri-Slide everywhere it needs to be to stop chafing. Well, that's it, folks. That's a simple setup, really easy. Came out of the bag, nothing missing, ready to go racing. Now, let's take a look at how we can get through transition.